Hello guys and welcome to another video. So today we are looking at bad 1-star reviews of the Heroes of Olympus series. So I don't know if I'm gonna agree or disagree with them, but it's sure going to be entertaining at the very least. So let's start with The Lost Hero 1-star reviews. The Lost Hero has on Goodreads over 700,000 reviews and an average of 4.32 rating, which is very good, but we don't want to look at that. We just want to look at the 1-star reviews. The first one, this is so messed up. I have so many jumbled thoughts, but first off, I'm gonna say that I absolutely hated the storyline in the beginning. It started off so darkly horrifying and cliche. A kid in a school bus with a girlfriend and his friend, except he doesn't remember them, and here the adventure starts. Eep sounds so exciting. Not. Don't mean to burst your bubble, but I found his details so wild I was detached from the story. Not to mention I disliked the characters so much. The girl was typical and my stomach was churning the whole time. This person hated it so much they don't remember the names. I don't know how I lasted the 3/4 of the book I did. Yes, I DNF'd. When I was almost finished, that's because the content became over the top terrible. The content has to do with blood, war, half-bloods, and the gods. Excuse me, a book about gods with descendants of the gods? And you're telling me people like to read this? The descendants of Zeus, Olympus, etc.? Wait, I'm confused. I detested this to no end. There is only one god and one savior. Okay. There is no gods. They are myths and things of Greek mythology, which I find most despicable. You know, what I'm confused about is that I expected people reviewing The Lost Hero being people that have read and enjoyed Percy Jackson and the Olympians. But clearly this person just picked up The Lost Hero without having read any kind of Rick Riordan book at all. So I can get why they are confused, but I'm pretty sure... What's the synopsis for this? Because it has to say something about the Greek gods. Including Leo is related to a god. It says so. It says so on the back. Why did you pick this up? Obviously, it's completely valid to not want to read a book about gods, I guess, but it's literally what it's about. Why did you not read anything about this book? Not even the back, not the synopsis, before you read it. Just because a book is about it, Rick Riordan isn't saying that the Greek gods and the Roman gods are real. It's fiction. Do you read Harry Potter and you're like, oh, that J.K. Rowling, she is claiming that sorcery is real. Yes, I will eventually have it destroyed from the ends of the earth. One day, ... That is a threat. This person says that they have read the Percy Jackson series and they picked this up and they tried to get through it, but they had no interest in reading it anymore. This taught me a valuable lesson. It's okay if your reading taste changes over time and you shouldn't force yourself to read something you don't want to. Completely valid. Good review. Okay, next. I hated many aspects of this book, and it sounded like a fan fiction of a 12-year-old girl that wanted to write about herself making out with Jason, the hot, brave, wonderful, kind, gentle hero. Rick Riordan, get your freaking act together, because so far this series is going down the toilet. I think that without the hordes of eager fans waiting for Percy's next adventure, this book would have not been a big seller. That is obvious. That is obvious. Mr. Riordan needs to stop writing on his coattails from the last book and hire a new editor. Put actual dialogue, show instead of telling the entire plot, which distances us from the characters completely, and write another amazing book for us in first person. I mean, I don't completely disagree there. Okay, let's see. Top 5 complaints. The romance was really annoying. The characters did not seem like true friends. I can kind of see that. It makes sense because Jason didn't remember them, and I wish we could have gotten to see more of Piper and Leo being besties. And were only linked by circumstances. The editing and the gods themselves were not as interestingly portrayed in a modern setting. Characterization felt flat, like the ocean on the calmest of days. This review is beautiful. Like, A+ for this review. First off, the romance. I did not buy this book to read about the beautiful, wonderful, fantastic, amazing Piper and all of her petty problems. And then the characters seemed shallow, cliche even, their personalities were stereotypical, nothing unique. If I hadn't read Percy Jackson, I may have liked it more, yet even without comparisons, I still thought The Lost Hero was incredibly boring. Would I have liked The Lost Hero more if I hadn't read Percy Jackson? I don't think so. I think it would have been the other way around. I think I would have liked it less. Okay, last one for The Lost Hero. I don't even know how books with such a high rating can be so bad. You would be surprised. I just don't understand what people like about it, and seeing all the 5-star ratings and reviews make me feel as if there is something wrong with my fantasy book taste. But I doubt it. I have never come across something that bad. First of all, what's up with using all that slang and low-level English? I understand that the writer's stylistic choice, but to be honest, while I was reading the book, I thought I somehow happened to read one of my old books that I wrote when I was 10 because I thought I could write. What's up with all that plot progression where each of the characters has a feeling of what they should be doing and what they should be saying? That is kind of true. The characters are just so plain, I don't even want to talk about them. Overall, it's a very overrated book. Not going to buy the other one from the trilogy. Oh, if you knew, girl. This ain't a trilogy, it just keeps going. And wait, last one. If possible, I would have given this book 0 stars. Okay, I promise, last one. I should say that my son loves Rick Riordan and liked this book. But personally, I'm totally sick of Rick Riordan. I like the Lightning Thief series just fine, but at this point I have had enough of this recycled plots and predictable battles. Please make it stop. All these parents are in such pain. Why do you feel the need to read the book as well? Just let your kid, maybe this is just a suggestion, read that middle grade book by themselves. A suggestion. Moving on to The Son of Neptune, it has over 400,000 reviews and an average of 4.42, so less reviews, but a better grade. Okay, let's go. Literally can't. Percy is back. Everyone in the Roman camp except those in the 5th cohort sucks and I'm sorry, but if you're going to create a completely new series, you don't make the main character from your last series one of the main characters in the new series. Like, maybe a big character, sure, but this adventure should entail new demigods getting a fantastic new adventure and saving the world. And Jason isn't the worst, but he isn't the best. Leo felt like a ghost compared to Jason. That's an interesting review. And also, Roman camp, ew. Reyna hid fear well, but it's okay to be vulnerable, even as a leader. The right people will find you, and she looked at Percy like he was a snack, like you lose your boyfriend once and this happens. What? Octavian may have so but he had personality traits that people need to be a proper leader. Persuasive, powerful, characteristically ... I want to not live. This person, oh my god. Percy Jackson is the best thing to hit bookshelves since Harry Potter. But not this half. The writing seems like it's geared more for elementary than middle grade. That's interesting because this is YA, so it's even worse. The characters' personalities are different to me. I guess they mean the characters that we already knew. I just plain don't like it. Actually, I hate it. Sorry. I just can't get into it. I'm getting that vibe you get when you love a book and then the movie comes out and it's totally different. Yup, that's this series. It's like everything that happened in the last bazillion books to get to the events of this book were erased and everything has to happen again. I really wish I could be on the bandwagon, but I'm just not. I like Ella though. Cannot relate to that. I don't know if I can share this review here. It took me a month to read this book because I had to force myself to finish it. I would rather be by a porcupine. Make of that what you will. Oh my god. This is clearly like not parents reviewing it. Like all the parents left after The Lost Hero and now in Son of Neptune we just get a mess of teens and young adults. One reviewer just said, "What have you done to Percy?" That's what we all want to know. This is probably the worst novel I've ever read. Wait till you get to Blood of Olympus, girl. Well, the whole series sucked. I just got betrayed by all those friends of mine who claim that the series is unimaginably amazing. At first, the book is nothing but traveling and then fighting, or staying in a camp, or whatever place it is. It is complete action and no suspense. Moreover, it was damn boring. So you still like the Percy Jackson books, huh? The plot is just too terrible. However, I praise the author for spending such a lot of time in this book. Okay, way to go, Rick. After I tore you down, let me build you back up. The new characters had no personality, and our heroic main character is reduced to an idiot. I do not think the author brought his A game. Utterly tedious. This series has nowhere near the same charm as PGO. I will definitely think twice before picking up a book from the Heroes of Olympus series. All of Percy's charm is non-existent, and the new characters are all Mary Sue's, and I hate them all. Burn in Hades, Son of Neptune, you do not even deserve a single star. I wish Rick Riordan had never continued this series because it's just crap. There. Well, if you loved the Percy Jackson and the Olympian series and want a book that is a total repeat with a few minor changes, then this is the book for you. Terrible attempt to keep the series going. Rick Riordan pretty much summed up the Percy Jackson series, changed names, added a few details, and removed action. Great job, Rick, you put us to sleep. Anyone else agree? That's interesting because some people are like, too much action, no suspense, and then someone else is here like, no action, just nothing. So I don't know what to think anymore. Couldn't finish. Too awful for words. Maybe it's just a tired series for me, but I'm done. Okay, a quick round. I got bored of it. This book is very exciting with mythology, powers, and monsters, but someone still rated it 1 star. Worst book ever written. It was very hard to read. Found myself wanting to rip up this book because I could hardly read it. Adventure flop, it was so flat I knew what was going to happen next. Well, that was terrible. What on earth happened to Percy Jackson? Why did you do this, Rick Riordan? Why? Oh gosh, my eyes are bleeding. And with that, let's move on to Mark of Athena, shall we? I'm interested in this one the most, in this one and House of Hades, because it has the most Percabeth, and I just want to see if that influences people's opinions. So, Mark of Athena, as we all know, it's the 3rd book. It has over 500,000 reviews, so more than the last one, and it gets a 4.46 rating. So that's also the one that has the highest rating for now. And of course, let's just check out the 1-star reviews. Piper's point of view was completely unnecessary, and she was by far the most annoying since she was very unconvincingly written, generically a teen girl. With that, I have to agree. Sadly, she was completely underused, misused. All of the characters experience no growth and have no character arc. Throughout 90% of the book, they're depressed for one reason or another. Leo doesn't fit in, Annabeth has to walk her path alone, Piper's angsting over her boyfriend Jason, Percy is just kind of sad and frustrated, and by the end there's no resolution for any of them. There are plot devices very obviously inserted into the story, like a very big repeated emphasis is put on Frank acquiring a pair of Chinese handcuffs that you know will come up later because such a big fuss is made about these seemingly insignificant items. By only a third of the way through, I was like, okay, get to Rome already, just go. No more stopping for lunch by the river, no more side trips to see Chiron's bros. No, just go. Another very frustrating thing about all the POV characters, except Percy, who knows better, who have nightmare visions and creepy tingles of foreboding and chills and bad omens, and then they don't tell each other about them. Sometimes they do, but it's either after the fact or right before it's happening. That's true, they don't communicate enough. I managed adolescent lit when there were only 2 to 3 protagonists, but I just can't handle 7 incredibly powerful demigods and their pathetically stupid jealousies and insecurities. The dialogue is awful, and I hate every character. The mythology worked in it, still cool though. You know, fair enough. I honestly don't think I'm going to finish this book. I've already read The Hidden Oracle, so I know how the series ends. Why? Why though? Why did you read The Hidden Oracle before reading the 3rd book in the Heroes of Olympus? I'm confused. I just found one redeeming quality for this book. It's a good fly swatter. I just killed some bugs with it. I've never hated a book more. This is 1 star. 2 stars only because Percy has point of view chapters and this book. Otherwise it would be 1 star because this book sucks. I can't believe I actually got through this book. This is one of the worst Rick Riordan books that I have ever read. Where should I start? I can't believe the dip in quality this series has taken. First of all, too much filler. This could have been 100 pages shorter. The romance drama was unbearable. Half of the book was spent on it. I could have handled one couple having drama and could have put up with my loathed trope of the love triangle, but there were 3 different couples, all having a ton of drama and needless jealousies. I can't believe this. Percy and Annabeth are the same as in the first series. They are unbearable. Annabeth went from a cool, no-nonsense girl to someone who is obsessed with Percy, and suddenly she's been in love with him since she was 12. No, she wasn't. Why did this change? A girl can't breathe near Percy because she gets suspicious that they're trying to steal her boyfriend. 3 different love triangles. Oh my god, enough. Annabeth even said she pitied Raina because Raina didn't have a boyfriend. Wow, yeah, the biggest tragedy in a girl's life. Never mind that she's the leader of the romance and one of the fiercest warriors with a great tactical mind. Nope, all that matters is that she doesn't have a boyfriend. 100% agree there. You know my feelings about Rick Riordan and couples, you know. First, Piper, if there ever was a character who deserved to have been written better, it's her. Why give her incredible powers, give her a badass aesthetic, and then write her like some damsel in distress? I just don't get it. Agreed. Third, Jason, apart from the love triangle, just feels like one of those political parties that doesn't really have their own opinion. They just go wherever the wind blows. Jason was kind of okay in the first book, but then he just gets worse and worse. Sins. Too many to count. Verdict, telenovela. Gags. This is why I don't read YA anymore. I'm only reading this because I have to. Why do you have to? Why do people have to read these? I remember more about the ice cream I ate when I was 5 than about what happened in this book. The Y's just DNF. Me? I never gave up. I finished this damn book after almost 2 years. This series is but I came here to win. And you know what? I don't agree with you, but I agree with your mentality. That is what I did when I read all the Twilight books. I am here to read this so I can criticize it, because you know you can't criticize something until you know everything about it. So what I have to say to this person is, fair enough. Shark mentality. Last review of this one, everyone is like, ugh, I have no thoughts, no opinion, it was just the characters horrible, too many love triangles, too many relationships, nothing happened, too much action, not enough action, and then this person is over here like 1 star, Rick Riordan. You crushed my dreams by throwing Percabeth into Tartarus, which, yes, he did the same for me, but why give it one star just because of that? So that was me reading 1-star reviews of the Heroes of Olympus. So please leave a like if you liked my suffering. So just, I don't know, maybe just leave me like an encouraging comment down below. God knows I'm gonna need it after doing this video, and subscribe if you haven't already. Click that bell button so you get notifications. I post videos every single Monday, and I guess I'll see you guys next time. Bye!